Thanks for taking the time to be here. We're excited, and here's what you're going to get. We have Katie Pipkin from Sticks to Stones. Katie's going to be talking about cabinetry, about kitchen trends. And then we have Macy Otten coming to us from Nashville. And Macy is a district manager for CAMBRIA, USA. And then I'm going to be speaking about general contracting. And I'm going to be telling you some real, true, live stories on projects that we're finishing or have already finished and how important it is for a general contractor. Finally, this is the best part for you, is we're going to be giving away door prizes. Each of us has brought something very special for you, but you have to stay to the end. And at the end, we will hand those out. I'll hand this off to our moderator, and Vince Thompson, my business partner, will take care of that. All right, so first up is Katie Pipkin from Sticks to Stones. Katie is a kitchen designer, and she's going to be talking all things cabinetry, design, trends, things like that. Hi, Katie.
Hi there. Hope everyone's having a great Saturday so far. I'm going to, like she said, talk about all the ins and outs of custom cabinetry. We're going to start with some of our displays here. And so let's go ahead and get started. All right. So what I'd like to first point out here is earlier I talked about all the different ways that you can switch up shaker cabinetry, because in the South, everyone loves white shaker. It's timeless. And I mean, it's going to be around for a very, very long time. So here we have paired it with our Hail Navy, which is a very, very popular color. It's a nice blue. It's not in your face blue, nice and subtle. And we have also incorporated walnut accents here. So as you can see, these open shelves below the cabinets here, this beautiful walnut. It's a really, really nice way to accent that white and add a nice contrast. We love, love, love walnut around here. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into some of these shelves and drawer inserts. I wanted to show you this beautiful walnut accent here as you pull those drawers out. It's a really nice wow factor. When you have your friends over and they're all standing around, you're cooking, and you pull that drawer out and they're like, oh, wow, is that walnut? So very, very nice feature there. I'd like to point out here, when you've got custom, everything is customizable for you. So if you have lots of utensils, silverware, all that kind of stuff, these are adjustable here. So you can move those around and do it exactly how you like. I'm going to show you these drawers below, how deep they are. Drawer bases are becoming more and more popular. So instead of your standard drawer and door base, people are going crazy with drawers because they're just so practical. I mean, you have everything instead of reaching towards the back of a cabinet and digging around. I mean, everything's nice and accessible there. So this is about 1 foot deep, and this is a 36-inch wide cabinet, so plenty of options there for storage. I'd like to show you on this side the dividers that we've incorporated here. And so instead of one big open, I mean, we spec all this out for you. So I immediately think of Tupperware. So lids on one side, Tupperware on the other, no more avalanching when you open your cabinet doors. So that's really, really nice, because Tupperware can be a nightmare, as we all know. This is showing you the just wide open drawer. I wanted to show you that because of that beautiful walnut detail. Of course, everything is soft close. That's our standard here. Another thing that I would like to point out is, as far as the cabinet styles go, the above shows an inset cabinet. The below is a full overlay. And the difference there is, if you can see this frame around the cabinets, that makes it inset. I'm about to show you another display here in just a minute, and it's got a lot more inset cabinetry details, so a little bit easier for you to differentiate. The full overlay below, you don't see a frame. So this is a slab door here. There's no detail. And then below, you have your 5-piece. And yes, I just saw your comment. That is Hail Navy. So yeah, just a really nice contrast there. So another thing that I would like to point out here is our walnut accent on the toe kick. You don't see that in a lot of semi-custom projects. I mean, that is custom all the way. And another thing that I would love to point out is our sink base here, which is just a beautiful, beautiful focal point here. And this right here, what we've done where it's protruding out a little bit, the owner likes to call it standing out proud against the other cabinets. Hopefully I'm making him proud now. But it's just a beautiful feature there. And so this right here is an extended style. And so this going down here is what I mean by extended style, how it goes all the way to the floor. Very nice detail there. Another detail I'd like to point out to you is a chamfered edge. That's another thing that you don't typically see on a lot of semi-custom projects. This right here, that chamfered detail, beautifully done by the Amish. Let's see here. Another thing I would like to point out to you is the customization that you can achieve inside your cabinet. So here we have a walnut shelf there. Above that is a maple, which is going to be standard with a walnut colored band. So, I'm sorry, it's walnut with a stained band. And so that's a really fun feature if you want to add a pop of color. So say you wanted to have that hail navy color there, you could do that color strip and it would be a really nice little fun pop of color, another ooh-ah moment when you open up your cabinets. These shelves below here are awesome. I love it. They're so versatile. You can put dishes there, coffee cups, cookbooks, plants, decorations, bowls, relics. We've got wine glasses over here, you know, so I mean, sky's the limit there. Eventually we're going to have a light fixture up here, so all that can be lit up on display. So if you had some nice crystal you wanted to display, that's also an option. And so another thing I would love to point out here is Macy Otten is going to be giving a presentation after me on Cambria quartz. This is one of their popular quartz here. It's called Ella, and I really love that because it doesn't have a cream undertone. It's not too gray. You know, it's just a really, really nice neutral that you can play with. It's going to be timeless and very subtle veining. All right, the next display we're going to talk about today. Beautifully, beautifully done. Making sure you can see that correctly in the camera. So what stands out to me, obviously, at first, is that beautiful Cambria. So that is a Scara Bray, it's a very, very popular trend right now to take that quartz on up. And it's one of their heaviest veinings. And so quartz is just really, really awesome. We put it in 95% of our projects nowadays, and Macy's going to talk to you all about that, all the pros of using quartz. I mean, you cannot tell that that is quartz. Everyone comes in, oh, I love your marble. It's like, well, I actually like quartz. So as far as the cabinetry goes, there are two different things used here. And the first one being, this is actually designed by Amy Pearson of Kitchen Lifestyle Designs, which is a local designer here in Knoxville. She does a fantastic job. And we partner with other designers on projects. People ask me, you're a designer, you actually partner with other ones? Yeah, because we all have different specialties. And so where we would do the cabinetry layouts and designs, you know, she'd come in with the finishes, things like that. So this is actually a Revere pewter on this cabinet, the pink color. So any custom color that you can dream up, we can do. So Benjamin Moore, Sherwin-Williams, Pratt & Lambert, all of those are no charge options. So a lot of places, they'll give you 10 colors to choose from. And then if you want a custom color, it's going to be, you know, a $450 upcharge or something like that. So it's free of charge here, which is really nice. Over the top of this cabinet here, we have a brushed glaze. So this is considered a two-step finish. And so it's really, really beautifully done. That detail is just gorgeous. It doesn't look like it was, you know, done in your garage on a Saturday. You've got nicks and scrapes and sticky places. I mean, it's just, I mean, flawless. So beautiful look there. It's not too much. It's very, very subtle. So that's really pretty there. This here is a quarter sawn oak piece where our appliance space is. And with quarter sawn oak, we never, never, never paint quarter sawn oak. The reason somebody would ask for a quarter sawn oak is because of this beautiful wood detail here. So this is a stain with a glaze. I believe the glaze is called Silver Fox. And so, I mean, that's just stunning to me. Very, very neutral palette. So, I mean, it's just timeless. So again, here is that chamfered edge going down the side of the cabinet there, which gives it a beautiful detail. And yeah, so let's get into some of the cabinets here. I wanted to show you some of the options that are available to you on these shelves. So typically that top one is a maple. So the maple comes standard. Then you can do upgrades. And so that's going to be your walnut shelf there below, which I think is very, very pretty. And then you have your glass here. So that's really good for wine glasses, you know, bar areas, things like that. And of course, the whole inside is a painted interior. Typically, they'll come in the wood species that the cabinet is ordered in, unless there is a glass insert. And so because there's glass up high here, we're going to paint the interior matching to, you know, so you don't look through and see that maple against your color palette. So there is that option. I'd like to show you this one as well. That is a fully painted interior. So that is another look that some people prefer. You've got that Revere pewter and stain throughout the entire interior there. Again, with the chamfered edge here on the side. So next I'd like to get into some of the customizable options that are available to you in your doors and drawers. We'll start here with the tray divider base, which I absolutely love. And so they're not all stacked and, you know, gathering dust and things like that in the bottom of a slide out oven, you know, or slide out range. And so this is 24 inches deep here. And so you've got plenty of room. I mean, this is a pretty large platter here on its side. So you've got plenty of room there. Then we have our walnut, again, with the dividers and the adjustable inserts here. And I'm going to kind of show you the difference there versus the maple. So typically cabinets come with this maple interior, or you can upgrade to the walnut. So in my opinion, that's just really sharp looking. I love it. Next up, I want to show you, let's see, that's another maple. I'm going to show you my favorite way to organize spices. Makes my selective OCD very happy. So instead of a cabinet where you're digging through and trying to find the cayenne pepper for 10 minutes, everything's facing up at you here. So that is, I mean, I love to do it all the same size. So some people make fun of me for that, but I say, let's take it up a notch and actually get all glass bottles and put labels on them with all the same lettering. I mean, it's just awesome. So we have the tiers here, which is really nice. And another nice feature here is that these are removable. So not only does that make that easy for cleaning, you can also, if you have different sized bottles, say Lowry seasoning salt or a large steak seasoning, something like that, you have room for that in the back there. But if you had all glass spices with the labels, you wouldn't have to worry about that. So that is a really, really cool feature. Some people like the pullouts that you see on the left and right of a range. They're a pullout. And we don't really like those because they're an attachment that you do. And over time, just the pulling back and forth, they just don't last as long as a wood product would inside your drawer. It's also a lot easier to access. You're not bending down and grabbing something. So it just makes a lot more sense to us. And we're all about quality and longevity of the products here. Next, I want to talk about the drawers below this cooktop. Slide-in ranges are still popular. This is a personal preference here. So if you want to do drawers below, that's fine, and do your ovens. Some people do a double oven somewhere else in the space, and then they'll do the drawers below, which makes it really convenient for your pots and pans below. And I'm going to just show you the depth of the drawer here. I mean, that is a foot deep, and I believe this is 36 to 39 inches wide. So that is a ton of space. So you can have it open like that, or you can incorporate a peg system. And so that is a really, really cool way to keep everything organized, and again, makes my selective OCD very happy. So this is all adjustable here, if you can see this peg system. So you can move those around to whatever you want to store in there. And we have displayed pots and pans as well as plates, just so you can see the versatility. If you want to have all pots and pans down there, you have dishes, then you see that option there. And so it not only gives you organization and it has it really easily accessible, but it keeps everything from being damaged and banging around in a drawer and getting nicked and scraped and scratched. So that makes that really nice. This is also a really nice feature for someone that might have a disability. So if someone's in a wheelchair and they need their kitchen designed to make it more easy for them to access everything, I mean, plates, bowls, everything like that at that level, you can pull right out as opposed to being up high. That doesn't make sense to have it up high. So very, very great ADA compliant design idea there. Oops. I don't know what I just hit. Am I still recording?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. And so, yeah, that is another thing that I wanted to point out. This is that inset cabinetry. And so if you can see this frame around everything there, that is what makes it an inset cabinet. So some people get it confused with this right here. That is the drawer and door front. So that's considered a 5-piece door and drawer front. So you can get it with a slab or a 5-piece in the inset or full overlay. So that is kind of the difference there. And I'm going to go back to this front just to show you again the full overlay. See how this is still a 5-piece drawer here? You just don't have that frame in the middle. So it's just a design preference. You know, some people like the inset look. It gives it, you know, just a really beautiful look there. Or some people like some simple lines and clean lines, clean look. They like to go with the full overlay. So, all right. And I'm going to also show you our farmhouse sinks here. Some people call them farmhouse sinks. Some people call them apron front sinks. I like to call them apron front so that I don't jar somebody's attention when I say farmhouse sink. They automatically think farmhouse style. And so this apron front here, this is rounded. It's also available in a straighter edge, as you can see on this front. And so that makes it a lot more transitional. You can pull that off in a contemporary space. So I don't want people to think farmhouse when they hear that. So with these farmhouse sinks, they're available in 10 colors. And so you can do polished or matte, which is really, really nice. I love to play with textures. So say you do a polished countertop here, a matte sink would be nice, or a polished sink and a matte countertop. It's really fun to play around with textures there. Another nice feature here is the grates in the bottom of the sink. And so that's going to protect you, protect your sink from getting scratched and damaged and everything like that. There's got the little rubber feet on there. So it's a single bowl here. And they're also available in double bowls. They are available in undermounts as well. And so I don't want people to get stuck in the idea that they have to have a white sink. I mean, they have an indigo version. So, I mean, you can really get creative. This is that double bowl, again, with the grates in the bottom. I'm going to show you this display up above. All of these sinks are customizable. So there you see a black one, which isn't typically seen. You can do a cutting board in the top. You can do a strainer for vegetables, pasta, fruits. There's all different attachments. And so we can go over those with you if you decide to come in. And then I just wanted to show you below here is our undermount. So you can still do an undermount sink and be up to date. So there is that. All right, and it looks like we've got about 1 minute left. And so we're gonna open it up for questions here in a little bit, be doing some giveaways, and switch it over to Macy Otten of Cambria. And I just wanted to show you, give her a shout out here. We love Cambria around here. So I believe there's 180 colors, so correct me if I'm wrong, but This is these are their most popular luxury series. That Scarbray and the Ella. Then you get here, sky's the limit. I mean, check it out.
Wow.
Anything you can dream up, we can do. So, all right. Well, thank you for spending time with me today. If you have any questions, I'm always here for you. And I hope everyone has a wonderful Saturday and happy Mother's Day.
Thank you, Katie. Good job. Wow. Katie, what door prize did you bring for us for later?
We have a $200 gift certificate for hardware. So that's going to be cabinetry, pulls, knobs, and you can choose from 6 different lines there. So really fun way to start a project. So
very nice. Thank you. All right. So you have to be present to win. So stick around. And don't forget, you can enter your questions at any time. Just go to the chat button at the bottom of the Zoom screen that you see now. Click on there, enter with your keyboard, and then hit return. It'll pop up, and our moderator will bring up those questions at the end. And then we will have our experts answer those questions as they come in. Next up, we have Macy Otten from Cambria, USA. She's coming to us from Nashville. She's a district manager, and we're just very excited to have Cambria on board with us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Katie, you did awesome. That Cambria install is stunning, so thank you so much for showing that off for a Kickstarter for me. I'm going to go through today, guys, and I've got a PowerPoint I'm going to show you and just talk more about what QUARTZ is. I think we all get a lot of information thrown at us. I want to make sure that we understand exactly what we're talking about. So, can you all see this? Yes, okay, perfect. I see heads nodding. That's a good sign. So Cambria is the only family-owned American-made quartz producer. We are the leading innovator with our designs, as Katie just showcased some of them. They're very unique, very, beautiful. You can have the extremely powerful Scarbray that she showed versus the subtle Ella. There's, to her point, over 180 options. All of our designs are backed by a lifetime warranty. So what that means is you can be the first homeowner or you can be the 10th homeowner and that product is still under warranty. So if something does happen to it, we take ownership for that. And we're going to go through exactly what that means. So we are known for our craftsmanship. As I stated, we're American made. We're made in Lesueur, Minnesota. All the product is then shipped to one of our 17 distribution centers across the United States. Ours is local here in Nashville, which is why I'm here. We have all the product there. So as far as lead times go, we don't have a lead time issue with our product. If you're ready to do your kitchen and Katie can get it done for you in 3 weeks, we have the product ready to go at any time for you. Family owned is great because our customers can relay anything that they need. Fun fact, we have several customers who requested a pink countertop throughout the last couple of years. So we've launched a design with a pink undertone. I'm going to show you our website in a second. We can talk about it, but it's got a pink undertone to kind of serve those customers. So family owned is wonderful in that aspect because we do get your voice heard and can make those transitions for you. Sustainability, we are a very sustainable company. Our warehouse and manufacturing plant in Lesueur actually recycles all of the water that's utilized. We backplant all of our mines so that there's regrowth in them. We want to make sure that Mother Nature is being taken care of because she takes care of us. All right, so performance. QUARTZ is maintenance free, but what does that really mean? Everyone's like, but don't I have to clean it? Yes, you have to wipe your countertops off. Please just wipe them off. Soap and water is great. Lysol wipes work too. But what our product has that's unique is its stain resistance. So if you spill red wine on it, you leave it overnight and you wake up the next morning and think, oh my gosh, it's still there. Use that soap and water and wipe it off. You might have to use a little elbow grease and, really clean it, but it's just going to be on the surface. So you don't have to worry about the staining or porosity of the product. The durability and strength is unmatched from any other product like a granite or marble. So your overhangs on those islands that you're wanting to do where you put seats underneath them, they can be a little bit longer, because of the strength of the product without having a corbel or some sort of support underneath. We also go through heavy Q&A, quality assurance, to make sure that our product withstands. So we have third parties that test the product to basically prove everything we're saying is factual and unbiased. So our service is unlike any other quartz manufacturer because we have local people here. Our distribution center is here. I am here to help support in any way, shape, or form. Our lifetime warranty, what that is if you have, to be full disclosure, around your sink profiles, chips happen. We are in the South. We all like to use our cast iron skillets for that fried chicken every Sunday at my house. So what we do is, if you throw that cast iron skillet in the sink to rinse it out or whatever you do, don't rinse it out, but if you do, rinse it out. It's okay. Throw it in the sink and a chip happens. We actually come out and service that for you. You don't have to call Katie, who, did your beautiful cabinetry. You don't have to call the fabricator. You call us and we send someone from Cambria and we can fix it on site to where it looks like nothing ever occurred. No other brand or manufacturer will do that for you, and you cannot do that with a granite or marble because you don't know what's in those products. Our supply chain is not effective because we are American made. From our raw ingredients, which I actually have my beautiful black bag of Cambria, a raw piece of quartz. So here is a chunk of quartz, if you can see it. This is what we utilize. This quartz is mined all across the United States. If you've done excavation or landscaping, you've probably pulled out quartz. It's the most abundant mineral on earth. People just don't know it, and it doesn't look like this, cleaned and shiny. So we have all of those resources available to us here in the US. We also, I'm going to back up. We also have our partners like Katie, like Dawn, that educate our partners and end users in the market about our brand and sell our product. They will give you the best support in the market, especially in the Knoxville area. So quartz. Quartz is a 7 on the Mohs scale of hardness. A diamond is a 10, just to give you some strength. So unless you're using a diamond to rub across your quartz countertops, you're not going to scratch it. We actually, my giveaway is a cutting board. You're going to probably dull your knife before you ever impact the product. So we use it heavily as cutting boards. A lot of commercial applications, if you were on the radio show, they're actually substituting out stainless steel for Cambria quartz, and they're using it as a prep station. So they're putting raw meat on the surface, prepping it, cooking it, wiping the surface off, and there's no transition between the two. So, and that's because of that strength and hardness and the non-porosity of the product. So extreme testing. So what I just showed you, this little sneak peek right here, is a pure white piece of quartz. Cambria pays a premium for our pure white. We do that because of our consistency and coloration. We say we're like painters using a white canvas. If you're mixing that blue and yellow to get green every time, we want to make sure it's the same green, not only today, but 10 years from now. We've never discontinued a design. So any design that we've launched in the past 20 years, you can still get. And the consistency of colorations should still be the same because we start with the purest white quartz. So, in our product, there are 3 ingredients. There's the quartz, there's the pigment, which is the coloration, and there's the binder. So just walk with me for a second. So quartz itself is non-porous, so this would absorb no water. So how do these get made into a slab? So we take this pure white quartz, the pigment is the color, it just wraps around the quartz, and the binder is the glue that holds it all together. So our binder is actually tested heavily to make sure there's no off-gassing, there is no transition. As I just told you, it's going into solid surface or into stainless steel applications. So we want to make sure that that is true and it continues to be true. So our binder has no off-gassing, no harsh chemicals into it. There's no additives, there's no fillers, there's 3 ingredients to all of our designs. And this design is actually Montgomery, which in the Knoxville market is very, very popular. The mountains, I think it gives the appeal of something outside. It gives, you know, a little bit of brightness to your kitchen. So our certificates, we're backed by NSF 51, which again is National Food Safety of Food Prep. And then Declare. Declare is like our nutrition label. We are a very transparent company. I'm going to show you our website and show you how transparent we are here in a second. But we want to make sure that you feel comfortable using our product in your home, because your kitchen is primarily the place where you spend your most time, especially right now. You want to make sure that it's clean, durable, and you've spent money on something that's going to stand with you as long as you're in that home. So here are some of our trend-setting designs. You can see that we push boundaries. We think outside the box, and I'm not going to lie, a lot of times they launch designs and I'm like, I'm in Tennessee. I'm not going to sell this. What is this? We'll see it in 10 years. But it always comes full circle. We always seem to find a spot for it, and someone always falls in love with some part of the design. So while you look at these and think, oh my gosh, they're too bold for me, there's other designs in our palette with 180 different options that you'll find stunning. I can promise. So something else that Katie hit on is the matte finish versus a polished finish. All of our designs are offered in both finishes. Both finishes perform the exact same. So they are cleaned the same way as well as maintained the same way. So you don't have to use any types of specialized cleaners on the matte finish, which is very unique for a Quartz brand. And also the fact that you can have any design in a matte finish is very unique as well. So as far as the texture goes, the matte finish feels the same as polished. There's no peaks or valleys in the surfaces to capture that dirt or give it the appearance that it's dirty. So our matte finish has come a long way, and it's very, very stunning. So Cambria, we're very proud of this. We were named #1 in both the remodeler and builder as brand leaders. For remodeling, we were actually nominated for the past 2 years, and same for the builder. So just shows that quartz is becoming more prevalent, and people are educating themselves on having the product that they want to have with them for the rest of their lifespan in that home, but also the aesthetic and the beauty of it. We've come a long way. So the last slide I'm going to show you is just a comparison of Cambria quartz versus a granite, a solid surface, a marble, or even other quartz brands. So what you see here is a granite and a marble is going to be porous, which means you have to reseal them over time. Solid surface, you do not, and other brands of quartz, you do not. Most scale of hardness, again, the strength of that product, the overhangs that you can do, we're a 7 out of 10 on that scale. We are NSF food prepped, which means you never have to reseal us. But the unique thing to our family-owned American-made company is that transferable lifetime warranty. We back our customers from start to finish. We actually have a Cambria phone line, a hotline. It's called 1-866-CAMBRIA. There is a live person from LeSueur, Minnesota that answers the phone in 30 seconds. And they will answer whatever question it is that you have. If you go on our website and see a cabinetry line that you like, oh, that color is stunning, you can call that hotline and they can tell you what coloration that is. Very, very detailed, very helpful, and you get a live person, which you don't hear of a whole lot anymore. So with that, I'm going to actually switch over to our website. All right, can you see the website now? Okay, perfect. Okay, so CambriaUSA.com, as you can see in the top left, it's our 20th year anniversary. We launched 20 new designs, so I'm going to show you those right now. On here, again, full transparency with everything that we do. So the design palette is where you'll find all of our designs. There's inspirational images, edge profiles, and then up here is called ideas. So Dragon Vision and Cambria Augmented Reality are two things that while you're at home, they're great to use. Cambria Augmented Reality, you scan your countertop in your home and you can swipe all of the designs that we offer, and you can see them in your home physically. So it's a great resource. You can then screenshot it and send it to Katie, and she can help you design your perfect kitchen. We also partner with Benjamin Moore. So any design you find, there's a paint match tool associated with it. My Cambria shows you care and maintenance. So any type of cleaner that you might be utilizing, we've tested all the products that we possibly can on our countertops. So we've listed all the ones that work best to clean it. But let me show you really quick. If you go into Design Palette, and it's loading, you can filter by hue. So if you want something really bold and statement piece on your island, or, you know, like Katie showed you that scar bray full height backsplash, you can go to just the bold movements, subtle movements, no movements. You can filter by hue, so light, dark, warm, cool, whatever you're looking for. But what I want to show you is the new designs. So as you can see, we go from very subtle with Whitby to very much movement like Archdale. Port Rush is one of our navy, which would be beautiful with that navy blue that Katie just showed you for the cabinetry. But I want to talk to you about Britannica Block for a second. I'm going to pull it up. We actually launched 2 recycled designs. So we took components and designs that we already offered for designs and slabs. So slabs that would not be sent to the field because of imperfections. We're a very picky company. We aren't going to send them if we don't think they're perfect. So we took those designs and we recycled them into other designs such as Britannica Block. So Britannica Block actually is a 3 centimeter profile that you can see all layered together into one component. I'm going to show you some clicks right here that'll help. So if you click the little icon right here with the plus, it actually goes into the design. And then at the bottom right, you can actually zoom in farther to see all the ins and outs of that design from the website. The coloration on here is very accurate, much better than it used to be. Let me exit out of this. You can also download this image right here, or you can post it to a Pinterest board. So if you're working with, you know, a designer or remodeler and you're creating that Pinterest board for them for inspiration images, all of these images can be downloaded to your Pinterest board and you can save them there. Are there any questions? Let me go back to the questions tab. Yeah, sorry, gotta wipe those countertops down. Other than that, let me go back really quick. The inspiration images, for me, visually seeing something helps to sell it or to buy it. So I want to see something installed, maybe in an application that I didn't necessarily think of. So again, you can go through all of the designs that we offer, and we show installations, physical installations throughout the United States with those designs. So again, our website is a great resource to utilize. It's got a lot on there, but it is very user-friendly. If you ever have questions about it, I'm here to be used as a resource. Reach out anytime.
All right, so Master Remodelers is also giving away 2 $250 gift certificates, basically, toward the design with Master Remodelers. So that's a nice, inexpensive way to get started. And I'm just glad to be here. I hope you've enjoyed these experts. The next thing I want to talk to you about is the general contractor. So it's now more important than ever to allow yourself proper people in for remodeling and repairs, licensed plumber, a handyman referral from a friend of a friend. Have they taken those extra steps in the COVID-19 thing? How is that working for you? I'm going to tell you some stories, but before I do that, I want to talk to you about that you may want to remodel, but you're nervous about having someone into your home. It all starts with a phone call. So when you call, Vince, my business partner, will answer the phone and talk with you about your project, the scope of work, maybe even some real broad budget statements for you. And then we will come to your home virtually or in person, whichever you would prefer. And we do have COVID-19 standards in place so that you can feel comfortable with that. We also will visit you during the design phase. So Katie and I can join you virtually and visit you in your home and talk about that. Or we can start the process from the safety of your home. It just takes a phone call. So I'm going to introduce you to some things that general contractors do. And we obviously organize all the electricians, the plumbers, the designers, the cabinets, the countertops. We order everything, the flooring. But sometimes it's important that you know who's coming in and the order that they're coming in. Otherwise, it starts costing you a lot of money. This is an outdoor kitchen. We're going to use this as an example because it's a little bit different from some outdoor kitchens. This obviously has a covering over it. Could be living space, could be a deck above. But what I like about this, starting from the top down, is that the lighting is there, the fan is there. The lighting particularly, you'll be surprised by this, or maybe you won't, but the lighting is LED modules. And what's important about that is a lot of people think with going outside that there's going to be a lot of bugs, right? And if I have light, it'll be worse. Well, guess what? The bugs are attracted to the heat in the light. So if you have LED, there barely is any heat, even after hours and hours of usage. And so the bugs are minimized by using all LED lights outside. That's a great tip. Then you see the stand-up countertop in the back. And what I like about that is you can kind of chill and watch the people that are prepping or cooking or cleaning and still be a part. Both the person doing the cleaning, the grill master, and everyone else can all be interacting. Now you see the stainless steel cabinets and refrigeration and sinks. That's really important. You don't want to use just a regular refrigerator or a regular cabinet outside because they are specifically made to resist moisture, no rust. All the things that they're exposed to is not a problem. And we talked with Macy about this online, or on the show this morning. So this is no surprise that we don't use quartz outside. We use granite or tile or something like that for our countertops. And you can see the tile floor and just a really nice outdoor space. So if you're thinking about extending your living space because you've noticed that since you've been home all this time, boy, it would be really nice to be outside more. This is an option. Basically, a general contractor is like a conductor for an orchestra. And what we do is we take, like a conductor takes the musicians who are all experts in their field, and we bring them all together. We lead them through the job in their order so that everything happens in proper order. I want to tell you a story about an experience that we had as general contractors about a bathroom. And what happened was we were pulling the bathroom apart. We were taking an existing bathroom off a bedroom, changing the bedroom into a master suite bathroom, and changing the bathroom into a laundry room. Okay, so I hope you can follow that. It's kind of hard to draw this picture. We're just finishing this project, and what was going to happen is we were going to put a freestanding tub and some slab shower walls, which we were really excited about, into the bathroom. But when we did the demolition, we discovered that there was particle board subfloor. Well, there was also going to be tile on the floor, and tile will not adhere, nor will the underlayment adhere properly to that subfloor. So we had to take that out. When that happened, below that bedroom, there's a garage. And what we saw was maybe a ½ an inch of some kind of insulation that was probably 50 plus years old because the house was built in the 70s. And if we would have put tile on that floor, it would have been freezing in there. So we talked to the customer about adding insulation. But one of the other things that happened is we realized that this is a 1970s home. And it was constructed with some interesting construction with cantilevers, and upstairs walls were cantilevered for the soffits, which was nice, except it wasn't going to support that slab properly. Now, I've been doing this for 22 years, and I have never seen that, but we quickly called our engineer who came the next day. He gave us a quick remedy, and we set some more structure in there to support those slab walls. So that's the kind of thing that a general contractor brings to the table that, you know, the person that's designing cabinets, that's not their bailiwick. And there's nothing wrong with designers. I would die without them. But so I want to show you this bathroom that we recently completed. This is an age-in-place bathroom mostly. It's an older couple, but they're not older by our standards today. They're in their 50s, and she's a bath person. So we put in a freestanding tub, and you can see that there's a handheld on the left of the spout faucet. And that's important for rinsing the tub out, as well as rinsing your hair if you're trying to wash that in the tub. And then as you move forward to the, Katie, can you see my mouse? Can you see my pointer? Okay, good. So when you look at the shower, you'll see that there is a glass wall between the shower and the tub. And then to the right of that, right here, you'll see that this is a frameless door that swings both in and out. Then when you look in about the middle of the wall, right there, you'll see the diverter valve. And why is that important? Well, it's not in the usual place. We put it closer to the door because when you turn on that faucet, there's a shower head, as you can see right up here, but what you can't see is there's also a handheld back here. And we want you to tell which one you want to use and not get wet while the hot water gets to the spout. We've also done an inset here that you can see, and that's for your bottles, bath wash, whatever. But did you notice the floor? The floor is a large format tile, and right under the glass wall, the glass door, switches to a small profile tile, but there's no difference in elevation. That's called a zero or no threshold shower. And what's nice about that is it doesn't matter how old you are, you just walk in. And we take care of the taper on the inside of the shower. The other side, the other wall over there, this is the opposite side of that same bathroom. You'll see something unusual. It's called a floating vanity, and there's polished stone. And we lit the floating vanity underneath with lighting and used polished rocks. So there's a couple things that you want to think about as a general contractor. I'm not going to order cabinets cut off the base and then just mount those cabinets up. They're not built for that. They have to be built to be suspended. And it's very important that you're using the proper thing in the proper place. Also, when we put those stones under there and lit that's really cool, and it really is beautiful. But we also extended the large format tile a little bit under the cabinet so that when you're standing there in your bare feet, you're not kicking those stones around all the time. Those are the kind of details that a general contractor brings to bear, and it's really important that those things happen in the right order. All right, you'll also see the pretty lighting. It's very simple. So she has kind of a modern flair with the vessel sinks and the spout faucets. Just a really pretty look, and one of our favorite bathrooms. This is not the bathroom I was talking about, by the way. That one's not ready for photos yet. Now, this was a very interesting kitchen. The lady that uses this kitchen today is just a wonderful lady, and she had tile floor and a very unfunctional, dysfunctional, basically, kitchen. And so we made that very functional for her, and we took the tile floor up and put in a LVP, which is a luxury vinyl plank. But what's different about that plank is that it has padding on the back. It has a cork pad. So when she walks around, it feels and looks like wood. It doesn't sound like laminate, but it has cushion on it. So when she walks, it's very comfortable for her body to be on that floor for hours. She loves to cook. She loves to bake, and that makes it a little bit easier. This is a real simple, traditional kitchen, but the story I want to tell you about is when we took up the tile, we also discovered that there was a lot of water going on that nobody knew about. Well, the water was coming from the entryway, which is about 16 feet away from the kitchen. It was draining underneath the slab of the garage, displacing so much water that it displaced the rock and ran into the crawl space. Well, a general contractor knows that that's a big issue. And when we pulled up the subfloor, we discovered that not only was the subfloor rotten, but they had used a foam insulation that held the water in place and rotted out the trusses. So there was no way we could finish that project because guess who else got invited in? Termites. So we had to re-pull out the garage wall, the pantry, the laundry room, and completely rebuild that area because it had taken it from the trusses all the way up to the top plate. The termites had eaten those walls. There was no way we could do that. And the good part is it saved the project from future disaster. Maybe even 6 months down the road, that whole area would have caved in. So that's the kind of thing, when you have 12 to 16 trades in a kitchen or a bath remodel, which is typical, there's a lot of organization that has to happen. There's a lot of things with the electrician. We want to make sure that the light over the sink is switched differently than the rest of the can lights. We want to make sure that all of the under cabinet lights come on with one switch. On the other side of this kitchen, you'll see that it's still subway tile as the backsplash, and then a handmade tile is the feature above the range. The other thing you might notice is that there's no microwave above the range. The reason for that is it's too difficult to reach in and pull up a hot pan. You could drop it and break the countertop or scald yourself or worse. So it was really important for her to have the microwave off to the left, and we put in a nice simple vent fan for her. You can also see that this range has a lip over the sides. And what I love about that, I'm jealous of this, is that lip goes over the top edge where the quartz stops. And I'm always cleaning that thing out, right? Well, she doesn't ever have to do that. It's all taken care of. So a lot of these things are age-in-place features. Master Remodelers is an age-in-place contractor. And what that means is we think about those things that Katie was talking about, those pegs that are in there to take care of those dishes. We think about lifting hot pans and things out of microwaves, and we make sure that the lighting is right. In fact, we're so serious about it, we published a book called Aging in Place, a Remodeling Workbook. You can get it on Amazon. This is not something to sell, but what it does is it takes you through, or maybe your parents or your loved one, through the process of aging in place. And you can tell that none of this is obvious. It's not designed to be obvious. It's designed to be beautiful, and yet it still functions and works beautifully. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this. I've certainly enjoyed being with you today. These are the master way. This is the experts in the industry, and we hope that you have really gotten some nuggets out of this today. I'm going to turn this over to my business partner, Vince Thompson, and he's moderating the chat room, and he's going to actually take some of your questions and give out those door prizes. Hey, Vince.
Hey, can everybody hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right, good. We've had a couple questions come in. I'm going to go ahead and address those to the speakers. First of all, Katie, would you ever design a galley kitchen or any kind of kitchen for a boat or RV, especially using those pegs in the drawers? Would that help in that situation? You got to unmute yourself there.
There you go.
Are we good? Can you hear me? Hello?
I'm having trouble hearing you.
I got her.
We can hear.
Okay.
Test?
There we go.
All right. Awesome. I think that wonderful way to keep things in an RV or boat steady, because in movement, of course, things rattle around and go crazy. So, I mean, that would keep everything very, very nice and organized and prevent anything from being damaged. So, I mean, that would be an excellent idea.
Yeah, we've seen a ton of people out on their boats these last couple of weekends, so boating season is starting.
It's exciting.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Next, Macy, kind of get into a little more detail about why we would use granite outdoors instead of Cambria quartz. What's the difference there?
Yeah, so quartz brands, Cambria specifically, we don't have UV protection in the design. So as long as there's an overhang covering the quartz in the exterior, your quartz is fine. If it's in direct sunlight outside, it'll actually fade over time. The quality won't be impacted. It's just that design aesthetic that's going to fade if it's in direct sunlight. Again, okay. I will say in Florida, especially, we do a lot of exterior applications because they are outside a lot more, and they do have overhangs that cover it. It's not covered under warranty if you put it outside. So that does cover the warranty, but it does happen.
Okay, yeah. And anybody has any other questions, go ahead and use the chat box and send those in. Katie, another question for you. What's the average length of time from the design process from like start to finish?
That absolutely depends on where the client themselves are in their design process. So say they're coming in with a blank canvas and they need help with everything in the design, you know, what color cabinets, what style, what backsplash, you know, some people need help with everything. And so that's going to take a lot longer than say somebody that's been planning this kitchen remodel for 5 years that comes in, hey, I want white shaker cabinets, I want quartz, I want this, I want that. That's going to take a lot less time. So typically cabinets take 4 to 8 weeks, depending on the line, to actually be built and shipped here and delivered. So 4 to 8 weeks for the cabinetry. Countertop install is 1 week to 3 weeks, depending on how backed up the counter vendors are with their installs. And so the cabinets go in first, and then the countertops are installed after that. And so they come out and re-template. I give them designs for the countertops, but just to double check and make sure that it's 100% correct, they come out and re-template. And so then the countertops are made, they're installed. And so it just depends. So typically I'd say 3 months is about an average, the design plan, the 3D software, cabinet install, delivery, and countertop templating.
Okay. All right. Another question on timing, but this one is for Dawn. What is the average length, if there is one, for a traditional kitchen remodel?
That's a really good question. A lot depends, of course, on the scope of work. And I would say
okay.
Hey, Dawn, your mic was muted. Unmute and say that again, please.
Okay, sorry. All right, let's try that again. So a lot depends on the scope of work, exactly what the work is and how many things are custom. But I would say probably 12 to 14 weeks average time. Of course, a lot can change during the demolition, which we've talked about earlier as well. Hopefully not.
Okay, another question for Katie. You touched on it a little bit, but talk to us more about the, how many paint colors we can get our cabinets in with you guys.
Any color that you can think of. And so a lot of people, say white dove. Benjamin Moore white dove is a very, very popular color. It's not too cream. It's not too white. It's also not that stark white, So if you wanted that stark white, that would be a Benjamin Moore decorator white, pure white, some of those type colors. There's probably 300 and something colors of white in itself. And so, you don't come in and say, I want white cabinets. I'm going to say, well, what kind of white? Pull out a drawer and show you a million different whites. So our go-tos here are Sherwin-Williams, Pratt & Lambert, Benjamin Moore. So any color that you can think of, we can do for you. So at no charge.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Awesome. Last call for questions. We have one more for Dawn. Do you guys do any type of assessment for age-in-place readiness for a home or a bath or a kitchen?
Actually, we do. And that is available in our book if you want to go through it that way, or we will come out and do an age-in-place assessment for your entire home and see what might be necessary. And then you can decide how much or how little. Good question.
All right, we had one more come in for Katie. Trending cabinetry here in Knoxville. What's the big trends? Are we still very traditional, or do you see something kind of emerging?
I'd say transitional on that. We see a lot of farmhouse looks, but people are kind of moving more into a modern farmhouse look. So I consider that transitional. So transitional design is between traditional and modern. So it keeps you up with the times. You know, you're not stuck in a contemporary design. You're not stuck in a traditional. You're able to blend over time and have a timeless kitchen with that look.
All right, well, we don't have any more questions. Did want to remind you guys, obviously it is Mother's Day weekend, so we're getting ready to do our door prize drawing. So maybe any of you last minute shoppers that have not gotten something for mom, you can reward her with one of these awesome door prizes. First of all, we're going to be doing Cambria's door prize. Macy, what did you guys bring for the door prize?
So we have a Cambria cheese board, and I can grab it and show it, or I can just surprise you when you get it in the mail, as well as 2 wine glasses, so you can have some wine and cheese during this COVID-19.
Are you providing the wine for the wine glasses? That's the question.
No, I am not.
All right.
I'm not allowed to ship. I've tried this before. I'm not allowed to ship liquid in Tennessee.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, we'll work around that. The winner of Cambria's door prize is going to be Lisa Marie. Lisa Marie, are you still here on the chat with us? Looks like you are. I see you right there. So Lisa Marie, you have the Cambria QUARTZ cheese board.
Yay. Congratulations.
All right. Next one is going to be Sticks to Stones door prize. Katie, remind us what you guys are doing.
We are giving away a $200 gift certificate for cabinetry hardware. So if you can see behind me, this entire wall here of cabinetry, that is a fraction of what we offer. So we have 6 different lines that you can choose from. And so $200 gift certificate towards that. Start your next project.
All right. And the Sticks to Stones door prize goes to Veronica O. Veronica O, are you still with us? I see you're still active here, so go ahead and just give us a shout out in the chat window. Make sure you're still here. All right. All right.
Congratulations.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Then the last 2 are going to be the gift certificates from Master Remodelers. What we're doing is a $250 design credit. So you guys come to us for a design. We're going to credit you automatically $250 on that process. First winner of that is looks like we have a Kathy Curvin. Kathy Curvin, are you still with us? I see you right here. So you are one of our winners. And then the last
Kathy.
winner.
I used to work with her.
All right. All right. Last winner of today is the other winner for the Master Remodelers $250 design credit. That is Janie Pugh. Janie Pugh, are you still with us?
I think Janie is from North Carolina.
She's from South Carolina.
South Carolina. I get those mixed up. Hi, Janie.
Hi. I'm in Charleston.
Charleston. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I have a bathroom that needs to be done.
Perfect.
All right. Are you on
I
the beach?
can help you with that.
Yes, you can.
All right. So if there aren't any other questions, last chance here. I'm going to check the chat window, see if there's any other questions that came in at the last minute. I don't see anything. So, all right. Well, we thank you all for joining us here for Kitchen and Bath University Online. We're excited to have everybody here. Tim has just thrown up the contact information for all of us. So if that's something you're interested in, take a screenshot of that. We'll leave it up for a minute for you guys to write it down. Just write that information down. We'll be happy to talk with anybody that has questions that you didn't get a chance to ask. Dawn, myself, Katie, or Macy would love to talk with you and see what we can do to help you out with the project. So get out, enjoy the awesome weekend. It's going to be sunny today, but a little bit cooler. Treat your mom well. Wish her a happy Mother's Day from all of us. And we will see you next time on the next Kitchen and Bath University Online.
Mm.